There's a huge hole on Mars, and its origin is baffling scientists. This is on IFL Science. Mars is pockmarked with indents and holes due to its complex geological history. One particular crater has been confusing the scientists studying the red planet's surface, because, to put it simply, they have no idea how it got there. This is known as the Ismenia patera crater, from the Latin word flat bowl. It's a 75-kilometer wide, that's 46 miles hole, in a pretty level region of Mars, and it is a pretty notable feature. To get a better understanding of how it formed, researchers over at the European Space Agency, ESA, have been taking some impressive snaps of the crater, and they're still not certain how it was created. Those studying the surface features and geography of Mars currently have two theories as to how Ismenia patera came into being. The first suggests that an asteroid smacked into the surface, spraying the surrounding plane with debris, while the second, no less dramatic, explanations involving a supervolcano catastrophically erupting so much magma that the volcano collapsed in on itself. So it's either one of two things, an impact or a volcanic eruption. Just like Earth and every planet in our solar system, it's not unusual for Mars to be bombarded with rocks as they hurtle about space. In fact, some think that both Mars' moons were likely formed by asteroid impacts so great that bits of the planet were ejected into the orbits around Mars before coalescing into Phobos and Deimos, Mars' moons. So it would seem that a meteor strike would be the likely cause of Ismenia patera. As a chunk of rock smacked into the northern lowlands, it would have caused the deep impact crater we see now. Over a period of a few million years, sedimentary deposits and ice may have flowed down that crater into the crater, weakening it until it collapsed and formed the uneven, cracked surface that we see today. But this theory has its problems, and those are that there is very little evidence for any surrounding debris that would have been kicked up after such a large impact. This has led some researchers to suggest that an alternative cause behind Ismenia patera in the form of a massive volcano is what took place. They argue that there may have once been a volcano so big, again not unusual considering Mars is home to the tallest volcano in the solar system in the form of Olympus Mons. And that when it erupted, it spewed all of its molten rock skyward. It simply collapsed in on itself as a result. The Arabia Terra region does show signs of once being an active volcanic region, so this would fit. Yet the problem here is that a volcano of this size, with such a large volume of magma held within, would be classed as a supervolcano. But we don't think that Mars had any, despite its clearly massive size, and Olympus Mons is not technically a supervolcano. So here's hope that more data on the surface and the interior of Mars might one day solve this mystery. It still remains a mystery until then. This is by Josh Davis on IFL Science. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. and we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.